massive WWE name as his opponent if he returns to the ring for one more match. Hello, guys. Welcome to my channel. I am Elena. Have a nice day. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. WWE Triple H has named the wrestler he would like to face if he returns to wrestling. The game wants to face Roman Reigns if he manages to step back in the ring. It's been over 3 years since Paul Levesque called it quits and announced his retirement at WrestleMania 38. His health issues forced him to retire, and he was robbed of a retirement match. On Good Morning America, Triple H was asked who he would like to wrestle if he somehow managed to return to the ring. The WWE CCO had the following to say in response: "If I got back in at this point, I'd be wrestling Father Time is what I'd be doing. Nobody, mostly me, wants to see me back in the ring. I think in this moment right now, a current superstar, if I could go back in time and do what I did at my peak, it would be Roman Reigns. He's a great guy, incredible talent, incredible performer. Out making movies right now, still a WWE superstar, but branching out into Hollywood. He's gonna be Roman Reigns, defended the WWE World title in the 2016 Men's Royal Rumble match. He almost lasted the entirety of the match, but the game had other plans. He shockingly entered the match and went on to throw Reigns off the top rope. He then won the match and the WWE World Championship in the process by throwing Dean Ambrose out of the ring. Thus, he kicked off a feud with Roman Reigns on the road to WrestleMania 32. At the show of shows, the two megastars faced off in the main event of the night. In the end, Roman Reigns managed to put Triple H down to become the new WWE World Champion. Finn Balor drops massive hint for a return of the Demon King. Is this the end of the Judgment Day? Finn Balor has been teasing issues with Dominic Mysterio for several months, but it appears that he has recently been dropping hints that he could be looking at a career away from the Judgment Day. Balor was successful as the Demon King on NXT and later on the main roster, but his near unbeatable persona hasn't been seen for a number of years. Instead, the Irishman has allowed himself to be surrounded by new Judgment Day members in recent years and possibly wanted the WWE universe to believe he has gotten past his recent issues with Mysterio. However, Balor recently shared his original Demon King shirt, which has coincidentally been restocked in the WWE shop after Demonito made an appearance at Worlds Collide. The Demon King was always a lone wolf, so it's unclear how the return of this character would work alongside his tag partner, JD McDonough, since they are the current WWE World Tag Team Champions. That being said, it has been a while since their titles have been the focus of their story. Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio could be next level. Ever since Dominic Mysterio pinned Finn Balor back at WrestleMania 41 to become the Intercontinental Champion, it was clear that there was going to be a feud between the two men down the line. Issues within the Judgment Day have forced a delay on this feud, which included Liv Morgan's long-term injury, but it seems that WWE could finally be about to pull the trigger on it. Finn Balor as the Demon up against double champion Dominic Mysterio would get the third-generation star over the heel even better than any of his recent feuds. Fans have waited for the return of this gimmick for years. And finally, this could be the perfect time since Balor now has Demonito. And not only could he dethrone Mysterio in WWE, he could also take over in Ebile 6. Mistakes WWE made on SmackDown before WrestlePalooza. Brock Lesnar shocked the world on SmackDown by assaulting both Michael Cole and Corey Graves ahead of his showdown with John Cena at WrestlePalooza. The attack led to The Miz temporarily filling in for Graves on commentary. Paul Heyman randomly appeared backstage ahead of the Vision's big tag team match with the USOs. Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre closed the show with a contract signing for their main event clash. Despite Sami Zayn and Carmelo Hayes having a great match, the latest episode was a jumbled mess. WWE made the following 6 mistakes on SmackDown ahead of WrestlePalooza. Thinking. Chelsea Green's side had a chance against Flair and Bliss. Piper Niven hasn't been around lately, and even though the Secret Hervis still loses most of their matches, Niven's presence would have at least made it seem like a title change could happen. That wasn't the case as Flair and Bliss easily dispatched their latest challengers. Green and Fire got a small bit of offense in on the Queen, but as usual, she recovered quickly to kill the suspense. For fans to truly invest in a potential title change, bookers needed to do a better job making it seem like the heels had a chance. That didn't happen on SmackDown. Raw doesn't have enough time for its feuds. Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed randomly appeared backstage as Lesnar was leaving the building. The Beast said that he and Heyman should talk before storming out. The Vision then attacked Fraxium before cutting a promo aimed at the USOs. Jimmy and Jay weren't present, but appeared on the big screen to talk. Nathan Fraser and Axiom recovered, but lost an impromptu match to the Vision. There wasn't enough time in Raw's 2.5 hours to keep it on Mondays. The two sides already main evented their show, but appearing took time away from Aleister Black, Julia, and other stars. Nia Jax gets another title shot. Writers have no other ideas for Nia Jax beyond going after Rhea Ripley or Tiffany Stratton. After losing the WWE Women's title to Stratton in early January, she's challenged for the belt 3 times. When she wasn't going after that title, Jax faced Ripley for the Women's World Championship at Saturday night's main event in late January. It shows a lack of creativity to book the same angles for certain stars continually. The confrontation with Stratton, Jax, and Cargill led to the announcement of a triple threat on next week's SmackDown in Florida. Since the Storm is from the state, she may be pinning Jax to win the title. The match marks the Annihilator's 5th title shot since losing her belt in January. Wrestling shows like Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite, Collision, and TNA Wrestling are supposed to be a blend of wrestling, backstage segments, and promos. For the most part, all shows usually hit those marks. This go-home SmackDown, however, had 3 matches in 2 hours. Flair and Bliss beat Green and Fire. Reed and Breaker dispatched Fraxium. Zayn defended the U.S. title against Hayes. The filler was tough to watch. There were backstage segments with the Street Profits, Priest in Aldis's office, 2 ESPN app segments, the WWE Women's title segment, and a main event contract signing. This was in addition to Lesnar's opening attack. Paul Heyman randomly appears after Roman attacked and injured him in Paris. The Oracle returned to WWE screens as if nothing had happened with Roman Reigns at Clash in Paris. The Tribal Chief put his hands on his former Wiseman yet again, choking him out after his win over Reed. The injury forced the Vision to operate as 2 separate entities on Raw, with 2 unrelated contests at WrestlePalooza. Coming out for a surprise promo or first appearing to hijack the show with his allies would have been more effective. Instead, he appeared as if he had only missed 1 week of programming with a cold using time to explain how to watch WrestlePalooza on ESPN. If bookers need to dedicate programming time to explain how to watch the product, it should be a red flag that rushing the streaming move was a rash decision. Truth is hilarious, but he had 2 segments on SmackDown to explain how fans can watch WWE PLEs on the ESPN app. Moving from Peacock to ESPN was clearly motivated by money, but it doesn't help loyal fans who made the WWE network relevant. The switch to the new home was originally slated to begin in early 2026. The move was rushed to accommodate the debut of WrestlePalooza, making fans shell out cash for another streaming app when things were set on Peacock. Netflix internationally muddies up the viewing experience for thousands of viewers.